Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dima Wirdhati. My name is 332000001. This is my mid test of listening. Audio 1. What is the things that differentiate this public out of from at in the museum and gallery spaces is that is in the city. It's everywhere. You can stumbling through it as you're walking around. Of one of my favorite places to discover public is actually on empty station. Hidden pockets of it, you can see a new piece every time you get off at a new station. One of the other things you might notice about it is that in tons of material that extremely different, they literally have to exist outside to which the rain, so they might be made something a bit more solid, permanent. Next. One of the things I love about public ideas also that it has the ability to be site specific, which is it's either relevant to the space it's in. I can tell you something new about it, and this means that every time you look at a space in his outlook that you might notice about something new, different, or fun about it that you haven't seen before. Honestly, as long as you're walking in the city center or heritage sites like I'm Bungum, Little India, and China song, look around you and you'll find the sculpture, a mural, or painting to something that's public and an artwork. This is Fernando Fattora's bed. It's literally a giant bed, and it's that right here on next on the edge of Singapore River. It's very interesting, quick, because people react in quite different ways. Some people just go out to it and comment on its size and its volume and its weight. So it's incredibly heavy, looking quite majestic. It's bigger than all of that, but it also kind of makes you wonder why is that. But at the edge of the river, apart from a natural site, we everyday one is the things about this, but it's that mean to represent peace and prosperity. This is a sculpture by the other song by Chong pioneering Scott Does. It was made in the year 2008, features five boys, wonderful, is all the way at the bottom jumping into the river and kept as the memory that Chopra used to see along Singapore River of kids jumping in and playing around and swimming in the water, and something that we don't really next we don't really see much of anymore today. So it kind of takes us back to a different time in Singapore when the river with us battling sort of life, but in a very different way from what it's look today. One of the things I really love about this piece is that you can find of see every detail on the children's face. The closer you get, you can kind of see how happy and joyful they are jumping into the river. It's a very dynamic piece of work, which is quite different from some of the more solid kind of structure that you can see as you walk along the road and try to look out for public apps. So there's a lot of relationship between all of this. All of the kids are kind of makes you sensitive of this space in the way they might have journey to jump into the river. So it's a really wonderful piece of work to spend time with. Next. Audio 2. There will be times where every opportunities are due waiting to be open, right? So you have to recognize opportunities first of all. Everything is not the right opportunity. You have to recognize the potential of an opportunity. So it's something like, for example, I went to America and started my career there at 32. It was the time when I was told that, girls got yourself life, but should be over by then. Forget starting a career from the complete beginning. When I joined film at 19, I was told that, just do everything quickly because she's like that, you will welcome. Usually it's just about 10, 12 years if you're lucky. And next, if you're lucky. And so I don't like typhoons ago, and I was like doing everything that I could, slowly realizing that, I do. And I was like doing everything that I could, slowly realizing that, I need to find my dime, and I choose who I want to be. So recognizing that was very important, that I don't want to do 5 times a year. I want apologies. I recognize that, and I started doing when we did fashion, when we did Ezra chose films to me that pushed my envelope as an actor. So I didn't let what an audience wanted to see or what the industry needed me to define. The choice that I made, I chose what made me grow as an artist. And do you think midlife 11 change those choices? Do you think you can reinvent yourself? Is that something that time mentioned is reinvention is? Next. Next. Reinvention is longevity. Yeah, if you got divorced when you're gonna be stuck in traffic on interstate, by building longevity, you need to reinvent yourself, and you have to constantly check yourself. Do I know enough? There is no time in your life where you know everything. No one can know everything, not even you. After all your achievements, nobody. So you have to always be a student of seek. I am in this new place. What can I learn? What is the new things that I can watch? The new skill set that I can learn? What is the king? For example, this is my first in the Sunroom co-producer of Learn So Much from Sid and Ronnie, who I'm done about 6 films with, because I think you are the best in the business. And the reason I called him up and I said I want to do this because I want to learn. I've been in this business hour for me, but that doesn't mean that I am not willing to let you know that I understand there's a certain amount that I know, and there's a lot more that I don't solve. I feel like. Next. That kind of evolution is really important. When I decided to go into business and tech, I didn't know anything about it. So I learned from my venture capital, a Spanish manager. So I don't know, I understood what are the words, what happens when you want to be in the race of a founder, how does it function? I still don't know enough about it. Question is very important. It's really important to not think that people think you are stupid. Like, a lot of people get afraid to ask questions because they're like, oh, to hear that I know my job, but trust me, it is facts. So even people who work for me, like my team, whenever I have new members, I always tell them, instead of making a mistake, ask me. If you don't know how, just ask me. It's so much better to learn, eventually end up making a mistake, and then you look stupid. Next. Audio 3. Hi, today I'm going to be talking to you about the 5 keys to success for negotiation. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the 5 most important things you need to know to prepare for negotiation, at least according to Harvard Law School ration. Think through in advance what would be a good outcome, what were the best results look like, what outcomes would you not expect, except what might these outcomes not be at the table. Assess your needs and interesting, make a list of what you have to have and what it will look like. Next. And what will not be acceptable number to identify your partner that stands for the best alternative to negotiated agreement improve. Make a list of alternatives to your negotiated ends. Without an agreement, another word, what would happen if you don't make an agreement? And choose What the best is there a possibility of the better arrangement with the supplier of the customer or the partner? Are any constraints that make your button next? The button bet, are there any terms I could bring to the table that could improve your partner wife? In whole number three, you need to set a reservation price. Reservation price is your walk away price. Determine your reservation price. The fourth item need to look at its authority. Identify the level of authority the person with whom you are negotiating house and plan accordingly. Number five, very, very important. The other side position and interest. What do you know about the other side? What are their objectives? What are their needs? What are the problem graphics? What's their reservation or next? Or the walkway price, what's their underlying interest? Investigate and examine these points carefully because they are crucial and critical for achieving a positive outcome. Email will gladly send you our negotiations worksheet, which will help you track the outcomes of each step of preparing your negotiation. I hope you enjoy this video and check out our upcoming videos about communication skills, sales, and negotiation strategies. Leave your comments in the box below. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. That's all from me. Thank you so much.